Good afternoon. Yeah, it's Friday afternoon. Friday. Thank God it's Friday. So this is basically get ready with me. That's why I'm wearing what I was wearing. I work from home a few days a week, so that's why I'm wearing this, because I got this for $2 at Old Navy. It's just a simple little thermal short sleeves. Wear around the house. I've actually wore it out once. Went to dinner with this one guy. He didn't care what I had on, so I was like, okay. I was like, give me 5 minutes to do my eyebrows or some lip gloss and change. He's like, no, I don't care. So I wore this out and wore a green hoodie. So yeah, if I'm just like running errands, I'll wear this because I'm not putting on my good clothes to go to Walmart. I'll go to Fry's real quick. I'm using a new lip balm because I finally ran out of that Mented coconut one, and I need a good sale. It's $12. I don't like to buy lip balm. It costs more than $12, or more than $6. Elf, $4. Strawberry. At first I didn't think it was gonna work, but then it got better. I don't know what was on that first day. And then I've been using this CoverGirl as lip balm as well. Oh, is the words right there? Yeah. It's supposed to be a topper after you use the matte or the liquid lipstick. And I bought this a while ago, but I finally, it was my spare. But when I need lip gloss that was gonna be effective, I pulled that out just as well. I just ate, and then I just gargled with some whooshed salt and warm water in my mouth. I went to the dentist yesterday. Had a tooth extraction, was it 2 weeks ago? The crown fell off. So, along with part of the post, I'm like, okay. Part of the post was still in my mouth. And so I had the tooth. I brought it with me at emergency dentist appointment. And I was like, yeah, I can't put it back on. And I looked at it earlier that day before I went in. And I was like, yeah, he probably not gonna be able to put this back on. And I was right. So luckily it didn't hurt. Just real inconvenience. So I had an appointment with a general exam yesterday morning. And then saw the oral surgeon and the hygienist. Because it's due for x-rays and stuff like that, which I anticipated. I don't know why they didn't do the full x-rays when I was there to get that tooth put back in. They just did a partial for that section of my mouth and what. And when the dental assistants yesterday were like, why didn't they? I'm like, I know. Pointless. But, so yeah. So, and then they were like, yeah, we need to pull it and put an implant in. I have another implant back here. I lost a screw on the back of it. I had it, and then moving, I don't know what happened to it, because I originally put it back in. So she put a new screw on that and pulled my tooth, the rest of what was left of my tooth. And she ended up having to break it up, which she's pulled my teeth before, so I don't know why she didn't remember that I have tough teeth. My teeth are very stubborn. So she ended up having to break it up and pull it out. So because of that, she couldn't put the implant in. So in 3 months, I have to go back to get the implant in. And then they're gonna do a bridge, what have you. Because I had another tooth missing there, and then the wisdom teeth, it's all caused this chain reaction thing. So that was my morning yesterday. I was at the dentist's office just hanging out. At one point, they were like, oh, in between appointments, you could go get something to eat. I'm like, y'all are taking out my money. Why am I gonna? And I'm in Scottsdale. I'm like, where am I going to eat that I can afford in Scottsdale and still pay y'all? So I just sat there. It was like an hour and a half. Because originally I said, no, I'm not going to get it done today. So the old surgeon went about doing whatever her day. And then I was like, no, okay. I'm like, if you work with me, I'm like, I can afford this much to put down, which they were willing to do. So I can tell it's, as you see, I barely touched the side. It's swollen right there. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it right here. And touching it, and I can't open it. Mind you, no anesthesia is left here. I just can't really move it because it's swollen. And eyebrows done, obviously. Natasha Denona, the bronze palette, is eyeshadow. It's kind of a little color, but it's also kind of subtle. And so yeah, that was my morning, and then pulled it. Did not put the implant. And then of course, by the time my prescription was ready, Target had closed, pharmacy, CVS had closed for lunch, so. So I had to wait some more. Luckily, I had a Tylenol on me while I waited for that. We're using MAC Studio Fix, the pen, and NW45. And I realized if you do it partial away, that's considered enough for concealer. Full click, and that's the whole all over. I thought there was like a switch I had to turn. I said, oh, only give me half a click. No, that's called me just being aggressive. And so we'll see about that as well, if we're going to do that today. Let's see. What kind of coverage do I want? Let's see how much half a click is. Oh. Okay, that's no way for concealing. It's barely anything. Okay, that much. I'll see what that's working with. Turn it back. So, and then I got some soft foods. I don't know where I just sprayed that. And got my prescription. She gave me one for antibiotics, Tylenol and ibuprofen, which I had ibuprofen, but I can't tell you where it is in my house, but fine. It's just like $4, I'll pay for it, it's fine. Let's try to work it in to the brush a little bit, because I see that gap right there. I think when I last used this. Yeah, I'm going to use some more. And then, so I took my medicine when I came home. What did I eat? No, I just had Jello. I had like 2 things of applesauce, and when the Jello was cold, I had Jello. And then I think later that night, what did I have? I had pasta, ravioli, because again, soft, and then it's supposed to be cold, and I'm like, I didn't have ice cream that didn't have nuts in it. So I was like, okay, I just made the pasta, and then I let it sit till it got cold or lukewarm, room temperature. And then I ate that, which didn't take long for that to happen. Okay, let's look the rest of this. And then I slept horribly because I got home not to, I could have clocked back in, whatever. But it would have been a waste of time. I took the whole day off, sick time, but I was like, if I get back early enough, because I was in pain, I was still, to me, technically sick from that medical appointment, so I'm like, a dental appointment, so and then yeah, it was pointless at that point. It wasn't like I was going to get much done. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go take a nap like I usually do after work, if on the days I work from home, and I couldn't sleep. So I just laid there, and there was just this dull pain. So I'm like, okay. Had to do Tylenol and ibuprofen, which I even asked the pharmacist. He's like, yeah, that's fine. Because sometimes Tylenol does not work for me, but if I then take, even if it's extra strength, but if I then take ibuprofen, the pain goes away. So I don't know why that is, but I've noticed that as I've gotten older. So I'm not using my wipes, so I just some makeup remover on my hand. I'm gonna eat excess and push it in. So I didn't sleep, and I think that's when I made the pasta. And then, what did I watch? There's nothing on TV. If you don't watch basketball, there's nothing on. So I watched, what did I watch? I think Wednesday I watched American Nightmare, which, if you haven't seen it, you gotta watch, there's 3 episodes, you gotta watch 1, 2, and you're like, what? And then you get to 3, you're like, oh my freaking God. It's, yeah. And it's horrible that this is going on in America. So it's like, okay. So yeah, I watched that, and then last night I watched the rest of the Exposed the Ghost Train Fire, which happened in Sydney, Australia in 1979, a fire, an amusement park ride, and 7 people died, 6 kids, 1 adult. And just an investigation, kind of what actually happened, because it happened under suspicious circumstances. So, because I'd watched 1 episode, they're like 1.5 hours long. There's 3 episodes, but they're 1.5 hours long each. So I had watched 1 already, and then finally had time to watch the other 2 because, like I said, nothing was on. They keep showing Red and Red 2 for some reason on TV. I don't know why. I'm just gonna put little here. Put this here. Because I don't know. And so when I finished watching that, I watched Red again because, was that last night? My nights, sometimes the weeks just get crazy. And I'm also using Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer. Number 7. That was Mented Happy Hour, of course. Still holding on with that little bit I have. But this one is a little more my skin tone. So I'm just gonna wipe some of that off because it's like all Juvia's Place products. It's definitely a bit much, or a lot goes a long way. We don't need to put any. So, oh, I'd watched, what is that show called? See No Evil. That's one of my crime shows that I watch. If I go like this, can you see? That's what I was trying to see. Forgive me. And then under the Murder Under Friday Night Lights. I watched that. Was that last night? I don't remember. It was either Wednesday or Thursday. So, oh, I realized I did not say where I'm going. So there's a happy hour for Black women. It's not the organization I've been going to all last year, what have you. It's like kind of, it's Black Girl something. I don't even know what it's called. What did it call? Oh, it's called the Confident Black Girl Happy Hour. And it's at one of the restaurants we actually went to before for the other organization that I went to happy hours with. So it's just a way for Black women in town meet up together. I will not be drinking because I'm missing the tooth and I'm on antibiotics. So, and I can't have anything with a straw. So I'm thinking maybe if they can make me a mocktail, because I can't have a soda. I would have a soda, but that has carbonation as well. So I'm like, okay, mocktail, so I can have something to drink other than water. So I'm going to that. I forwarded it to, when I saw it, I sent it to some of the other girls that would go to the happy hours. I know one saw it for sure. The other one, I'm like, how did you not? She hasn't responded at all, or hadn't seen it, or you know how you go to you just tell somebody's seen it, but she's seen other messages. So I'm like, I don't know. And she doesn't live over here, so I don't know if she'd want to come or not. That's why I was like, try to tell her as soon as I heard about it. Let's see if she'd come this way. And it's like 2 hours, but you know, good way to meet some new people, find some other people to hang out with, do things in common with. Like I said, I didn't go hiking last weekend. It was just cold. It's still cold. It's 70s today, but it had been 60s and then 70s these last 2 days, and then next week it's supposed to be 60s again. And I don't want to hike and be freezing, and like wouldn't even know what clothes to wear to go hiking cold. And then there's a moderate hike, and I'm like, I didn't want to do a moderate hike, so for different reasons. I always research where we're going when they post it. So blend it out this much. I'm going to blend it out the rest with the sponge. As well as I buy a lot of brightening concealers. I do have some that my skin tone. Sephora collection just came out with a new concealer. They didn't have the one I wanted to swatch out, a tester, and I just didn't feel like asking for a tester, so I didn't. Excuse me. Fenty has a new concealer. I tested that one out. I found one, a shade that was nice. I'm not buying it because I have a lot more concealers already. But in the future, say if they have a good sale, February, Black History Month, of course, gonna wear Black beauty products during that month. But I do wear them all year round. But I'm gonna focus more on those. Yeah. So maybe buy it in February. I don't know. I'm trying to wait for more reviews. So far, people have said nice things about it. I know I have some of the other on this concealer on this brush. Okay, put that there. Tiny sponge. Okay. But yeah, and then I got another sample of the Makeup by Mario foundation. Because last time I tried it for the first time was January of last year. I don't need to buy that. So I might get the sample because now that I have the Universal Balm Powder, let's see how it looks under that. Or over that. Because I was telling this girl, I'm like, I really like, you know, it's nice foundation now, but I'm like, I could only wear it like 2-3 times or months out of the year in Phoenix. Because it's hydrating. I'm like, I'm not going to buy this $42 foundation that I can't really wear other times of the year. Because it's only cold, pretty much December. January's been back and forth between 50s and 70s. So February is probably going to be warm because the other day I was in my car and I'm like, I'm hot. It's 73 degrees. And I'm like, yesterday I had a, when I went into my dentist appointment, I had my beanie on, cardigan, long sleeve shirt. When I left my appointment, did not have the beanie on, did not have my sweater on, cardigan on, just had this long sleeve shirt on, and I had to roll down the windows because it was hot. Then, of course, going to Target, it's always freezing regardless. And I'm like, I should have worn my cardigan into Target because that's how hot it was in Target. Okay, let's go like that. And let us get these edges. I'm not really rushing. I have time because it's not that far from here. It's 4:30. So I'm done by 5, even though I don't need to be done by 5. That'll be fine. Oh, I was gonna do this trick. I'm not gonna do that trick where you put the bronzer, contour, the blush, and then put the concealer. Obviously, I did not do that. So I'm gonna do that a different day. So I was supposed to go to the art museum earlier this week, or go to a museum, gallery, whatever, art gallery event this week, and I didn't end up going. I tried to look down for that, and I just whited out that index card, and I'll use that look for another day, another event. Okay, and this brush is an e.l.f. brush. It's contour brush. It's kind of falling apart. I had to put it back together. I think it's like $8. I'll probably get another one. I don't use it that often, so I really don't need to, but $8. So I'm just, and it's hard to clean because it's so dense like that. And that's how it got all weird like that, because I just went like that. To hold on to this handle because it's loose on my hand even. Yeah, okay, that's way too much right there. Okay, let's do some of this on this towel. I'm just placing some right now. Get some more. You know, some people have just been putting it like that. You don't have to do the 3. But since I like doing the 3, that's usually what I do. Okay, now I'm gonna wipe off some more. Just kind of blend up to the hairline. I need to cut my hair, but I was gonna cut it maybe twice this week, Wednesday or Thursday, and then I was like, but if I don't get it the right length on the first try, it's gonna be too short. And I'm going out tonight. I didn't want it that short. So that's why I didn't cut it. So it's a little longer than I would like. So I definitely need to brush it. trying to think. Who came out with new stuff? Elf has a new blush, liquid blush I don't need because I have Juvia's Place and Rare Beauty. I was just watching a video on somebody, Tatiana, I don't remember her last name, talking about them. Okay. So part of me is kind of, because it's swollen over here, trying to bring that in a little bit. Okay, put that over there. Let's do nose. She's also talking about Elf has a nose contour brush, which I know, but it's not in stores. And I'm like, you know how I feel about shipping and handling. So me to pay all that just for a brush that's like $6. To find something else to buy as well. I'm gonna wipe this off because somehow that still was a lot. And just do this with what's left on it. So then concealers, I don't know if, and then Laura Mercier is coming out with a concealer. I'm like, everybody come out with concealers this year? Is that gonna be the thing this year? Oh, what's it? Laura Mercier Real Flawless whatever foundation was gone viral, whatever. And I'm like, this came out last year. And of course, everybody's talking about it now because one of the influencers, Glamzilla, did a demonstration on camera or whatever, and how smooth it goes on. It's a nice foundation, but because she did it, everybody and mama's buying it up, and so it's gone viral now. And I'm like, that came out last year, so it's all the rage, and so I know they should be happy because she helped that, because nobody was talking about it last year. I did a video, but like I said, I moved on from it. I didn't think twice about it. And then the brush she used went viral as well. It sold out everywhere. I actually saw it in my Sephora, but with Phoenix, you know, so you can only expect so much of being part of that. I'm gonna use the side of this. To blend in some more. So yeah, I can see that, don't worry, powder. So it's like, okay, things going viral, what have you. We're using Colé. Actually, I want to do that at all. So yeah, there was that happening. So I'm trying to think of other foundations that even came out recently. That's enough. Anything else that, yeah, nothing else has really been. Oh, other than Makeup by Mario's satin lipsticks that came out before the end of the year. Did I put it on YouTube? I know it's on my Instagram. I did a reel using it. And if I went to the art gallery on Tuesday, I would have did a video. And I would have used it, wore it that night and used it. I'm not using it tonight because I'm using a different one that I wanted to wear. There we go. And then I'm gonna see what's in here. whatever foundation is left on. Okay, let's set concealer, and then we'll set everything else. And you're supposed to smooth out the creases before you set. I forgot I put concealer there. It's right there. It's right there is where the swollen is. Like I said, I can see it. I don't know if anybody else is going to see it, but I know I can see it. Of course, I can feel it. How old was I? Once when I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, and then days later I went to the movies with a friend of mine, a male friend of mine. I'm thinking, oh, I'm fine, you know, whatever. You can't really tell. And he's like, damn. He's like, your face is swollen. I'm like, thank you. Okay. So I was a little mad at him. I'm like, okay, thank you for telling me that. I mean, I did just have a bunch of wisdom teeth pulled out days before. So that's why I'm like, right now, I'm like, I can see it. It's very obvious. And in fact, I can't really talk fully and move that side. And because when those teeth out, anybody will tell you, I mumble sometimes, or a lot. So it's not like you can see in that side of my mouth to see that teeth are missing. Because it's really one tooth, and then my implant has been there forever. So I don't even really consider that missing because it has been there for a long time. And nobody noticed, so I notice it now. That's not so bad. There's a lot of award shows last week. I didn't watch any of them. I usually just watch if a speech is highlighted a lot. I'll watch the speech and see who won, what have you. Well, who's it? Coleman Domingo, black actor, has been killing it with his outfits that he be wearing these award shows. It's like, oh my goodness. Not everybody can pull those outfits off, but he's been doing it. Like only a black man can. The way these outfits have been, woo. He's been styling and profiling. It's just, and him and Fantasia. So it's like, so I've noticed that because it's coming across my feed. I'm trying to think what one. I think Secession is getting a lot of awards right now. My bad. And then what else? I think Barbie won some awards. I'm just setting. I'll probably go blend some of this out in a second. To soften that line. And Oppenheimer's back in theaters when I have 3 hours to sit still. I will go see that. Let me set. I'm using my Ulta Berry Trio, and I realized the middle one is pretty much the same as the Colé powder wise, so I'm using that. So I was like, am I going to use Neo again? And then I realized I can use this. So yeah, I want to see Oppenheimer is a theater movie. Or if you have great surround sound or a great TV, okay. I do not. So I want to go see it. In the theater, since it's back in the theater. Eventually they'll start doing the Oscars movies or Focus. Like collection or whatever in the theater. Let's put another light pink that's in here. Just put that on top a little bit. So I'll see some of those. One of my friends who likes watching films, she does that every year. She'll go watch whatever Oscar lineup films or whatever before the Oscars. So, okay, my nose is a little less harsh. So let's set. I'm like, did something just get in my eye? Yeah, so I'm feeling it. Let's spray, even though I just literally powdered already. So what we're doing, I'm going to do, first is do under eye, and then go to lips after I'm done here. So I'm going to go, this is the Natasha palette. So I'm going to do all this and this for under eye. That was a lot. That's a lot. Just mix those. I'm going to do some more of that one. I don't know whose kit that is. There we go. I invited some of the girls, the hiking girls, to go. I know some were sick, so I don't know if they're going or not. So I want them to think I don't invite them to be around my other friends. I say that's if even if they're going. If I think, have I seen them? Yeah, I haven't seen the hiking girls this year since I didn't go hiking. Maybe if I had done the last class, which I have all the materials coming this month, they're on their way. Maybe I would have saw them. I saw my one friend because she was sick, and I took her some stuff because I thought she had lived close. She doesn't live there anymore. So I was like, oh, okay. After I bought all this stuff, I'm like, I'm glad you told me so I didn't pull off and go in that direction. Because I put up my GPS or whatever, and I'm like, that's not in that direction. Okay, so that's that for that. And then my Stila, I haven't replaced that. I can get another one for like $12, the mini. But Revlon has this micro liquid eyeliner. And I know when I first started my makeup journey, I tried with liquid eyeliner. You don't. If you're starting your makeup journey, do not start with liquid eyeliner. Ended up returning that because I did not know what I was doing. A few months later, maybe half a year later, I tried again with e.l.f., but then with e.l.f.'s, it's supposed to, whenever they say they don't go anywhere or whatever they say, no, I have oily lids until I found this primer, the MAC primer I'm using, nothing would stay. So this is supposed to be good as well. $7, Target. So I did try it out and it did stay because I have the primer on. So it's like this. You see how tiny that is? So, and I flipped my mirror so I can see a little closer. And it's good to do little dashes and then connect the dashes when it comes to liquid eyeliner. And this is better than when I first got this and was trying it out. Okay. And I'm going to clean that up right there. So, good that I have the micellar is like already out. Then I'm going to squeeze this. They have these Q-tips that are like kind of rounded more, not like this, but flat, and then have a pointy end. I need to get some more of those because that would be perfect in this case right now. This is me kind of squeezing it to make it thin. There we go. Then, so what color shade is that right there? I'm going to see what's on here first. Yeah, because I was using that shade for that edge. So one girl did not see my message. I'm like, okay. So she's probably not going because she's just responding right now. She's not driving from Scottsdale. Okay, I'm gonna use the brush I use for smudging. And there we go. So you can still see a slight little bit, but if you open my face like that. Okay. I wanted to tight line, but I'm not going to. I don't know how to use liquid for tight lining anyway. Okay. So we have that. And then, because I like to end on mascara, so I'm going to go to my lips now. So while that's drying, still holding on. That's awesome. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I said maybe in this woman's name, because I'm like, it's her number's in my phone. It is that person. Okay, I got a little more stretch there because before I was not able to open my mouth to do all that. Part of me is like, should I take a pain pill for him? We're using the Lancome Mademoiselle again. And Mademoiselle Lupita. Okay. Put it over there. I didn't use my primer. Like, why do I have this primer sitting here that I did not use? So we'll put that away. And so write down the things I used. I did not use that, so I'm going to take that off now because I might not forget. Remember. Is that, so let's do eyes. What time is it now? Okay, 5. How long is I'm done by 5:30. I gotten too close to my contact. It's a tip. I think what's going on TV today. Legend of Tarzan is on right now. Which could be because that Rebel Moon movie came out and Digimone's in it. Busan. Samuel L. Jackson, does he have a new movie? He has a bunch of movies. He always has a movie out, even if you don't know. It could be straight to video. So I saw a title the other day. I'm like, I didn't know Samuel L. Jackson did this in 2022. He obviously did. Still trying to grow out my lashes on this side. What's that? Let's do this real quick. Because I don't see anything. Okay, because right now it looks a little shiny, but I'm like, at least it doesn't look powdery, because I think last year the powderiness look was bothering me. Sometimes I was like, that looks powdery. Like, did any actually come off of it? Actually, I'm gonna do bottom lashes. That won't be today. With mascara. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about this mascara. Okay. And now I'm going to change. And then I'll put the lashes on, change, and put my earrings on. Okay. And we're going with these earrings. I don't know about this shirt. Let's look again. Yeah. Change my shirt three times. So with that, swollen mouth or not, this is what I'm wearing to the happy hour. So have a good night. Have a good weekend.